top left of the screen.
I might have had us muted.
You bastard. I just heard your so through my phone. Fantastic. Hello. Welcome to the Sudden Adventures live stream. We're bad, but thanks for joining us. We are, I am Sergio, this be James. This is our—
It was a lot smoother the first time around.
It was much better.
I was like, this is good. We're nailing it.
We do one-shot D&D improvised sessions where we roll a wheel to randomly generate the world, 150 options cubed, that's how many choices we have, and the PC completely randomizes a character using a personality generator and the chaos that is D&D Beyond. And you guys have the ability to influence the game. Top left of the screen, if you follow and chat one of those options, we will do it. We will dance for you. We are your monkey babies.
I had the luxury before on our streams last week. I had space behind me so I could yeet myself back in my chair. I think I fell out of my chair twice.
Was it twice? I kind of won, and I clipped that thing. You just yeet yourself against the back of the wall and just like fully give yourself a concussion.
Why, the chair would save me. It wouldn't let me.
Fine, just bash your forehead against the wall. Zero. Reckless abandon. So James, you want to give that hot wheel a roll for us?
Yeah, we're gonna give a couple whirls to the old wheel of misfortune.
And I will randomly create my character. I think I got the jump on you. Oh no, you go give us a
roll one.
Words. Roll one.
Play that Squid Game music.
I don't know. I've not seen a single Squid Game.
Never been so pleased by a result.
Is it Animal Crossing? Is it fucking Animal? Good thing this is our shortened stream, so I don't have to endure this shit for 4 hours.
And everyone, because Sergio is a bit under the weather this week, we kind of have this overarching theme that has been rolled of sickness to facilitate his health impoverished state.
True. I'm feeling great compared to— I was dying yesterday, like absolutely dead. But no,
you don't look it. Just kidding.
Child safe stream. I think that means
Star Wars.
We're getting all the good ones.
I know, these are the best.
We're getting one good one on the shortened stream.
These are by far the highest juice. All right, final roll. Subnautica, open parenthesis, world over, comma, last person, comma, crash in ocean. That's what I wrote for you, because you don't.
Oh, I like that that's your main takeaway from Subnautica. Mine is just the setting, which is just the water.
Do you know how much you know about Subnautica?
I played for an hour. I'm too dumb to understand fully open world survival games and quit.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like
I did with Minecraft.
Yeah,
and like I did with
Don't Starve.
Yeah, I need to be told what to do quite explicitly. I dislike choice. I dislike
I'll keep that in mind for today's session.
Yeah, don't put me in the middle of nowhere with nothing. Yeah, no. Having said, I love the exact opposite, which is D&D with infinite choices. Ooh. But no, video games, when I don't like know the input, is complicated. Yeah, so that's the chaos. I guess you're writing it down. What will it be? So while James is throwing up those for the chat to see, my character is named Naga, a elf, level 4 druid. And I rolled up, I'm using this fun Rangan. What's up?
Naga is a cool name.
It sounds like, oh no, that's Nala. I was like, it sounds like a Lion King name. And for character traits, I got speaks with a dramatic, poetic flair. Now I'm picturing like a really old theater guy who's just like running down and like on his last leg.
Shakespeare.
Yes, Hamlet. It's a skeleton head. I have not seen a single. I saw that Romeo and Juliet movie with like the golden Glock with Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, Romeo and Juliet. I don't remember Golden Glock from that one, but how great would that be?
That's in the third one, in the trequel. He just starts shooting other gnomes.
Brah. And another trait is extremely religious and is always sick. That was just fortunate that I rolled that.
Oh, you're going with that character.
Yeah, it was the first one I rolled. I'm keeping it.
Dig it.
Yes, Naga. That feels like that should be my pet. I'm salty. Oh, I'm already role playing so well as I die here, coughing up a storm. Both I, Sergio, and Naga are on the verge of death. Not last stream, but the one before, because we alternate DMPC roles. I don't know if we said that in the intro. I also played like a really old guy who was dying, so that's just me. Excuse me, I guess. Nothing to it. What can I say? I'm a bit nasty.
I'm so excited for this.
It's just gonna be.
These are the ones I need. Cut all these other shitty. These are the prompts I need.
My money is on you not speaking an actual word and going beep 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 beep.
There's just 8 escape rooms in a row, and it ends.
You say escape rooms?
Yeah, because you're not gonna socialize with anyone. What?
What's with you in escape rooms? I mean, I'm fine with it, but I thought it was Animal Crossing. Or are you saying that Animal Crossing is just one large escape room?
Yeah, Animal Crossing is just a big escape room. The people you're interacting with are the rooms.
And you have to navigate their souls and hearts to get into their good graces. That's beautiful.
Into the
James.
juicy good bits.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's goddamn beautiful. Oh, I have 31 HP, 16 AC. I'm a fucking beefy level 16.
16.
I mean, level 4. That's my armor class. Yeah, don't hurt me. Only level 4.
The Terrask spawns in front of you inside the escape room.
Tom Nook holding a fucking AK-47, 2 golden AK-47s, and the skull. Whose skull is that? Should I be talking? Should I leave you alone, James, to do your world building?
Skull is where?
The skull from that Shakespearean play where he's holding it and talking to it.
I think
Is
that's
that
Hamlet.
Who's the skull? Whose skull is that? Oh, all right, I'm looking it up.
I think, is it Miss Hamlet talking to Hamlet's skull?
I thought she was alive during the play. Why would it be a skull that's...
He's not.
Hamlet is dead? I mean, wait, what the, his name's not Hamlet, is it? Nobody's name is Hamlet.
Lady Macbeth? Wait, oh.
Last chance. You haven't mentioned this name a single time. It's Yorick, obviously. The Jester of the King. You uncultured swine.
Look, I've seen I've seen a good bit of Shakespeare. I've not seen Hamlet. Or Macbeth, clearly.
It's the best. Just kidding. They're all overrated and bad. That's my hot take, guys. Shakespeare's not good. It's fucking bullshit. Hear that, Mr. Rosado? You fucking asshole.
I think the stories
bullshit.
are good. I think it's just like, it's written in Old English, so it wasn't
bad.
What?
So it's bad. You were saying it's bad because it's written in Old English. I agree.
No, like
wholeheartedly.
A thing is like, when Shakespeare was written, everyone could speak that language really easily. Like, it wasn't written to be hard to understand. But now,
our teachers are just
it's hard to understand.
Idiots. Yeah, why are you making it doubly hard?
Probably just translate Shakespeare, right? No, but I guess it's like written in like fancy sonnet and stuff, like spoken. There's like rhythms and other things, so the language itself kind of matters, I guess.
He was a hack.
Just do Shakespeare without words. Shakespeare was a freaking hack, right? Get some artistic integrity.
Probably just copied the Bible, which just copied God, I guess. My Catholic school coming out. I've been following this, I just follow this religious I guess heads up, I'm not religious, guys. Sorry, but I just followed this super interesting religious YouTube account that's been mostly for like I've been wanting that Japanese lore, learning about Shintoism versus Buddhism. But I found some really cool videos on like comparing the Bible and different versions of like Matthew, Mark, and Luke. And God, I sound terrible. I'm getting into character. One of his traits is very religious. I guess he's give me a fake mythological religion.
He's what?
Hey Matt, how's it going? Yes, the main. I've already forgotten most of what I've watched from that account. But yeah,
you're totally blanking out what he's saying.
I was talking about a channel I was watching to learn about, because of the campaign I'm running for kids is like deeply embedded in like Edo period Japan, and I'm trying to not be super trashy, so I'm like reading about different religions and stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to do it.
Yeah, Shintoism versus Buddhism.
What about Taoism? Is that present?
I think that's I can't even like make that claim, but I know in like Edo period, I don't think that was one of the mains, because it was like Shintoism first, and then Buddhism came to Japan like later on, and then they like started adopting and like Shintoism.
How historically accurate? What type of monsters do they fight against? Like Japanese mythology, like Kappa, or drop a Kappa in chat if you're on Twitch. Look, I'll do it. I'll drop a Kappa.
What is that?
Hey, yeah, man, I agree. It does sound awesome. Tell me more about it.
I'm doing good, by the way, Matt. I'm doing great. I bought this book, The Art of Japanese. Why are we doing this? What am I doing? The Art of Japanese Architecture. Not a paid sponsor, but hey, David and Michiko Young, contact us. No, it's just super interesting learning about different architecture of the time, because it's so hard. I was telling you last time, James, it's like so hard to verbally describe stuff, and this is like slightly helping, or at the very least it's like giving me reference pictures to like better understand.
Yeah, like with the Savannah setting we had.
Yeah, like I felt trashy, and also I just felt it was really hard to do. And then this one I just bought for funsies, even though I believe the setting of this one is in China, but they
historically accurate.
for sure adopted some. I also just want weird ideas. It's like a weird Miyazaki ripoff.
No, definitely. What better way to have a Japanese-inspired campaign than to rip off Miyazaki?
Exactly, 100%. Rip off the great.
Yeah,
that's the key to any real campaign.
Okay, I think I'm good to go if you are.
Hells yeah, drop me into. I feel like this is the fine music for Animal Crossing, but what's this? Oh wait, it's Star Wars, Animal Crossing,
and Subnautica.
Christ. All right, James, paint us a word picture.
Okay. We should probably switch the music. You gave me something intense and watery. That's my prompt for you. I want like a search engine where I can just type intense watery. Actually,
that probably is something, but not for non-copyrighted
yeah.
music.
That's fair.
Is this like the one specific Spotify playlist I made that's just like hourly AURALLY wet songs? Because every time I try to explain that to somebody, they don't understand what I mean when I say a song sounds wet, and I needed to.
Wet is like actually a really common term in audio engineering. Like it has a specific meaning.
Swear to God, James, you looked at me like I was an idiot the first time we talked about this.
When he said wet, then no way.
You're like, what stupid idiot weirdo.
That's definitely not me. You are maybe with other words, but not wet.
I have pirate and tropical. Which one sounds better?
Ooh, neither of those. Okay, just make it scary. Make it sci-fi scary. But I mean, I am vibing.
Me too. This is the Animal Crossing music I would imagine. But hey, you're about to immediately kill me, so. Or whatever comes my way. Little ominous and scary.
Okay, I dig this. Yeah, this is perfecto.
Perfecto.
Perfecto. Okay. Let's go, Ecto.
Let's go.
All right. So you get no background on the world, maybe? Maybe I should give you background on the world. I wanted to just throw you to something. You'll get the background on the world later. Do you want to describe your character? Can you tell me your basic traits so I can put you in this space?
Sure. I feel like I know nothing around it, but yes, I am dying mostly, but also love God. I don't know. The traits are speaks in a dramatic, poetic flair, is always sickly, which hey, same, and is extremely religious. Those are the main traits.
You can always give yourself a physical description later.
You want Naga? He is a long, elven-looking man, really dark skin, just purely buzzed hair, no typical elven braids. And is just wearing, well, I don't know what clothes to put him in. I'll wait. He's naked for now. I don't know what the setting would indicate, but full buck ass naked right now.
Okay, I dig it. Yeah, so you are in a just steel chamber. All across the floor, you can see just cold silver metal under your feet, with little rivets coming out of it, just some like basically crosshatch pattern across the metal. You look up, and at the ceiling immediately you notice that there's this large vent with thin slits in it, just going in one direction, and you hear a dripping noise. You can look around the room further, but I'll just prompt you right there. You start hearing the running of water, the sound of water moving through pipes around you, and you do not see an obvious door in this room.
Can I roll like a history? Like, is this an amnesia situation? Like, do I remember anything first of all?
Yeah, do you want to try?
Yeah.
You don't really need to roll for it. You don't remember.
Who am I?
You don't know
I
why
remember
you're in
anything.
this room. You like woke up and you're like, what the hell is going on?
God damn it, James. Amnesia, it's its own thing on the wheel. No, I'm just kidding. It's perfect. So should I even bother rolling like a history check to remember anything, or is it like it's impossible?
You can go ahead with what you.
Yeah, I think first off, my character would be like, what? That was weird. The hell is going on? 18.
Okay, so you know who you are, Naga. You grew up in an aquatic world, essentially. There are on the planet of Gnostica, there are these underwater. It's a planet made entirely of water. Deep under the oceans, there are these pods of life that different creatures live in. They socialize, communicate with each other, and have communities. You've made many friends here. You live in one, but you can't remember too much past that. You don't know if you're still on that planet. You just know that's where you grew up and that's where you most recently remember you were. But you don't know if you're in a life pod, if you're some far place away, how you got here, what you were last doing.
Alrighty, I'd like to do a little investigate, maybe specifically outside that grate, or like to identify.
And so as you're thinking to yourself as well, you hear this rushing water get louder and louder as it's moving through pipes behind the walls, and you see a drip, a steady stream start coming out of the grate on the ceiling. It's now pouring down and pooling at your feet.
At like a rapid rate, or?
Yeah, it started out as just a drip, and now it's a steady stream, and now it's kind of like you just turn a faucet on to full. That's about how much is coming out right now. Not a gush yet.
That's an 18 on investigate, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, so looking around the room more, you see there's not any like furniture or anything immediately obvious in that sense. However, in the walls, you can see there's all sorts of cutouts and different patterns, spaces of just like indented metal that potentially could be some type of closet or wardrobe, or just indicate that there's something more behind that wall. It's not all just a flat sheet of metal, like there are cuts into it. And then looking up at the grates, you can see that they are screwed and then like bolted, like nuts and bolted into place on each of the four. It's not corners because it's circular, but like four what would be kind of corners of the circle.
Before the grate, you said you described an area?
Yeah, so the walls essentially all have these different like etchings and kind of blocks and patterns and things, as if, if you imagine like how a wardrobe or how like cabinets would look, but without the handles. It's basically, there's just like these boxes that are sort of cut into the wall.
With my 18 investigate, can I like see through any of it or like pass?
See through?
Or like see, like, is there like a nook and cranny that I can see through?
Oh, do you want to like go up to it and feel around?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, first like peering into it, it's really just like a few inches deep indent into the wall where the wall is not connected to the metal on the other side. There's, you can't see through, it's not like a hole all the way in the wall. But then like moving your fingers in, you can feel that there's an ability to move these a little bit and shift and make that space a little bigger. So you see that these big metal plates are not fully connected.
I would like to pull it apart if I can.
Yeah, so what happens, and by now the water is now a proper full stream, like several hoses essentially. The grate is about a little bit wider than your body, round diameter, and it is just pouring water out now. The water has reached about your ankles on the ground. And so what that feels like for pulling, you can't manage to pull them away from the wall at all. Like they're solidly lodged into the wall on these frames that they're sliding on, but you can slide these big pieces. And so, you have that one piece, you slide it out of the way, you look down, and now the piece below it has space to slide up where it was. And essentially you just have all these different sliding pieces that can move where each other are.
It's a puzzle. James, I'm so not mentally there. I'm gonna brute force all of your puzzles.
Oh, feel free. You don't have to engage with the puzzles.
Can I just like rip it apart? Can I just attempt to rip it apart?
You can for sure do that. How?
My brute.
Just hands? Just pull?
Yeah, I'll see if it gives.
Yeah,
just
give me a
hands.
strength check to pull a metal plate off of a wall.
I rolled 3 16s in a row. I kid you not. I am not.
Hey, 1 in
Can't make this
400 odds. Well, rolling anything 3 times in a row. I guess it's like 20 and 400 odds.
20 cubed, whatever that is.
Oh, sorry, that's only twice. Yeah, you're right. Way higher.
So 15. I have a -1 to strength.
All right. So you turn, you push this plate out of the way, you wedge your hands under it where it isn't connected to the wall behind it so that it can slide. You like stick a foot up against the wall and you like pull with all your weight. You're like shoving yourself, like just yanking as hard as you can, all your weight against this. It does not even like a crack, like a little like there's nothing. It just does not budge at all. You try that hard, whatever your hands are getting sweaty, you slip a little bit, and roll me a d20 flat.
5. Hey,
Okay.
not a 16.
You just burst into a fit of coughing. Like that was just a bit too much exertion for your sick body. You're like, this is really painful. Your lungs feel like they're on fire from that, like pulling so hard. And yeah, you're just.
It's accurate.
The water, as you're just sitting there coughing, it's just filling up more and more. This water is freezing, by the way. It's just like ice cold, raw water that you would find in the wild. And it's about up to your knees now. Just past your knees, getting onto your quadriceps.
Oh my god.
He's just gonna die in the first.
I would like to wild shape into, I can do up to half CR level. And I'm gonna look, is there a gargantuan half? Fuck, there's no gargantuan. Shit. Huge? Fuck, no huge. Half CR, that's fine. Large? Hey! Wow, large means nothing.
Yeah, what is like a bear?
Oh.
I love your immediate disengage with the puzzle.
I'll be honest, James. was not entirely listening.
That's totally fine. Okay, it's one of those puzzles where you have to like move the pieces out of the way so the other ones can slide where they were, and doesn't matter. Just so visual, if you wanted to know what the wall looks like.
Professor Layton. This is
sure.
God, we should add Professor Layton to the list. We just real time play. So would that just be like a roll in intelligence, or is there like visually nothing for me to see? So
oh wait, I thought you were freaking wild. No, you don't have to do the puzzle. Go crazy, do whatever you're gonna do.
I'd like to wild shape into a giant seahorse. Yes.
Okay. How big is a giant seahorse? Just large, right?
It is a large beast.
All right.
Honestly, far weaker than I am, but it breathes underwater.
Okay.
Sorry, it breathes only underwater. Rip.
Oh, you lock this in as your action? You just play some Professor Layton music. Actually, I guess
that's what we were playing at the start.
Copyright. Really? Oh, before.
It was pretty Professor Layton-y. Oh, crocodile. They can breathe underwater. Crocodile. Watch shape into a crocodile.
And a crocodile breathe underwater?
The crocodile can hold its breath for 15 minutes. Okay. According to D&D Beyond. Gotcha. I don't know how accurate that is.
I think that's probably fairly accurate. Okay. Yeah, so you wild shift into a crocodile.
Yes.
Restbox is giving us a this. I mean,
true, honestly.
Because crocodiles definitely breathe air.
Not die.
You form, I don't know, how do you do it? What does it look like when you wild shape?
It's for sure just like me like coughing and wheezing, and then like as I do like one cough, a gigantic just straight up white head of a crocodile appears on my body, and then it's like me like writhing until I fall, and then it's like the rest of me slowly just like bones ripping and cracking and muscle forming around it till it takes the shape of like a large white crocodile.
Yeah, so to anyone looking from the outside, they see this white, sort of unseemly, there's a bit of discoloration on the scales, like you just everything seems a little bit just off. It looks like this crocodile has some kind of weird crocodile disease. They wouldn't let it socialize with the other crocodiles in a zoo. Yeah, like your eyes have all this like pus and they're like red. There's like whatever goop around them. But yeah, you fall to the ground and the water is, no, that would be polymorph. I think wild shape, he's totally fine, right? Yeah, wild shape.
I'm pretty sure I do. No, I take the traits of, I have -4 intelligence, not -20, just -4 to intelligence, which is not ideal for an escape room, I'll be honest, but hey, I'm stronger.
You feel this water. It doesn't really feel cold anymore like it felt on your old body. It feels fairly comfortable on your scales and reptilian, your cold-blooded veins. So yeah, this water fills up and you're now underwater, which feels comfortable as a crocodile. I mean, you'll have to breathe eventually, but you don't mind being submerged now. And the water's well above your head at this point.
Hell yeah. That grate up top, did it like open further, or is it just like more water was coming through?
No, it's just a big grate with a bunch of slits. There was a little water pouring. Now it's just a full, like someone is just pouring like tanks of water into it. We're just like pumping water.
So now can I try ripping through to the other side? Or is there anything else that's changed?
So this is like a 10-foot tall room. Maybe I should have clarified that a bit more. It's not the most claustrophobic room. It's like a fairly large metal box that you're in. So now as a crocodile, you cannot possibly reach up there with the current. Like you're still basically on the ground and the water's just above your head. You wouldn't be able to like swim.
Think this through. Shit.
If you wait, you could certainly, I mean, I don't know, roll. How smart is your crocodile brain? Do you understand the concept?
I would assume that he kept the same logic as.
Yeah, I mean, if you can understand the concept that the room will eventually fill with enough water that you'll be up there, but maybe you don't want to wait that long.
Yeah. Is there anything on the ground? Should I do another investigate to see?
Yeah, sure.
Anything? Fuck.
Yeah,
Shit. That's 11.
Okay.
15 minus 4.
Now you're seeing the little divots on the floor, like right up in front of your reptilian eyes as you're looking around, and like under the water, which is actually quite comfortable for your sight because this is how you would usually hunt. There's just all these little marked divots making a pattern across the floor. You can't like there's, as far as you know, there's no pattern. It's just some kind of, there's little divots in different places, and you know, they were there as a decoration or as some byproduct of manufacturing, if you even know what manufacturing is at this point. And I guess as you're looking around and feeling around with your feelers, moving your muzzle around, you do 11? No, that's all you get. The ground feels,
Fine,
it feels very varied, but
I wait like an hour or whatever until the water fully reaches the top.
I mean, you can keep looking. You can try again. You can, I mean, if you want to wait, that's totally fine too.
Nah, fuck it, I wait. I'm being a character. This
Yeah, so you
stupid
like
crocodile waits.
the water is now just at a full blast. The entire grate, which was as big as a humanoid body, is just pouring water straight down. Just like there could be an ocean above you that's pouring into this room. As it
Can we say, for my creature's breathing sake, that I occasionally like gasp like
oh, definitely,
at the top?
yeah.
Okay, good.
Just like
until it's like
you're just, I mean,
impossible.
so that's, you're floating up with the water as it rises through this 10-foot room, like peeking your nose up, or your nose is just kind of hanging there above the water level as it fills. Where in the room are you as the water fills? Are you like right under the waterfall shower, or are you by the side, the corner? Or are you just swimming around? Like,
probably tried for the first 10 minutes to be directly underneath it, and then realized, hey, I'm not breathing well, and then moved like a couple feet away from it.
okay. Yeah, just give me a quick swimming check. I guess dexterity. Your choice of dexterity or strength.
Please strength. Please strength. Motherfucker. Well, that's cocked, so I'm gonna re-roll that.
What?
It was cocked. It was like 14.
Okay.
But also, I'm like, am I proficient in swimming?
Yeah, definitely no. I just lowered the DC basically.
16.
Okay. Yeah, so you're in this crocodile form. Water is essentially your home, your primary medium that you like to exist in. And so as this like huge waterfall is pressing down on you, you're staying in place, you're fairly stable. As you kind of move out of it to breathe better, you start feeling the current that's happening as a result of so much water being dumped down. Like there's a undertow being created where like the edges get pulled down under and pushed back up through the middle. And so you can feel yourself, like you can feel the pressure trying to pull you down, but as a crocodile, you're fine to just like, you manage to just tread water and keep yourself up above the water. But for sure, like there are currents being created by this large mass of water being poured in.
With currents mean that there's something on the other side. I assume that like with innate crocodile instinct of like, I mean, it might be smart, but like they are creatures that are like live and compete. So I assume they would have an awareness of like the environment and shifting currents to know that that means it's leading to something.
Yes, but your crocodile sense tells you that this is just a byproduct of the water being dumped in. Apologies. Yeah, it's like the water being dumped in creates a pressure vacuum, which then pulls water in, which then creates an undertow as water is pushed back through.
We're in space. I'm in a vacuum. I fully focused on just that instead of anything else you said that might have been pertinent.
Is that what your character is doing, or are you keeping an eye open as you kind of float up?
Oh, for sure. Give
me even just like a passive investigation as you're just like under this thing, and then you swim out and you're looking around.
You want my passive investigation, or do you want, or my passive perception, which is bad, or do you want me to do an investigation?
It's up to you. Would you be looking around actively?
Fine, no, it's a 10. Being a crocodile is not conducive to escape room.
Yeah, you just notice like this whole puzzle thing is like around on all these walls, these shifting blocks, and they seem to be in varied shapes and sizes, covering different things, and have different amounts of like space behind them. But you know, I mean, you're just like, there's like weird stuff on the walls. There's big metal chunks for some reason.
That's right.
Okay. The water now has pushed up high enough into the room that if you were human, you'd be like treading just like up, breathing your last kind of whatever foot of air up there. And now as a crocodile floating on the top, you definitely would feel confident jumping out of the water, like half out of the water, and reaching the grate if you wanted to bite it or something.
All right, yeah, I'd like to rip that shiz off.
Yeah, go ahead.
13 strength.
Okay. 13 strength. Let's call that a hit. And now you're going to deal damage to it.
Oh, if it's the hit, then I got freaking.
Oh yeah, easier to hit.
15.
Yes.
Oh, and I roll damage? Sorry. The hell's my D10? Do I even know which one that is? Yes, I do.
Nice.
I'm a professional. Hey, 11 points of damage.
Okay, not bad. All right. Now the water.
Am I able to grapple the grate? Is that a thing?
What would?
The grate has to beat a DC of 12 to escape.
The grate doesn't want to escape. You can grapple the grate. Now you have your death jaw. What is it called? Crocodiles. It has like a death clamp or something where it's like once they lock their jaw, you're like you can't pull it back open.
I was thinking Jaws of Life, but that's definitely the
That's definitely not.
Anti-Jaws of Life.
Lockjaw, but lockjaw is like a disease you get where your jaws are I don't know. There's something that crocodiles have where like once they clamp their jaws on a prey. Anyway, I guess you do that. You clamp your jaws down and lock yourself. So now you're just like a crocodile hanging full vertical from this grate as it's pouring water over you, and the water just rises more and more and like takes the weight off of your abdomen. By now, really, it's just the top of your crocodilian neck and jaws that are not underwater. A human would have to be like turning their head upright just to breathe. All right.
Hell yeah.
Feel free to go again. And you make a signal, like you bite down and the grates bend under your jaw and like your teeth marks dig straight into it. Yeah.
Nat 20, so I'll double my damage, which is 8 times 16 total.
Okay.
Damage.
So yeah, once again, now like just hanging there, you like start flipping your head back and forth as crocodiles do. You're trying to tear your prey to shreds, and you're yanking, and the grate tears and tears, and the whole basically like fan tube, the whole pipe that this is coming down out of, it's saying like bend back and forth and yanked, and you can hear it like creaking and contorting under the pressure of your jaw and your neck, like these muscles that are built just to do this, yanking it back and forth, ripping it to pieces. One of the grates like snaps and is split in half. The other ones are getting torn up. One of the bolts gets torn out, but it's still in place, so you wouldn't swim through it right now. And the water has now completely filled. So this gush of water has now stopped. You no longer feel like this water pouring down over you. You look out and the entire room is submerged. And you're definitely now holding your breath.
24 to hit,
Jeez.
which I assume hits. 8 damage.
8 damage, all right. Okay. All right, get the death music on. Yeah, so now fully submerged underwater, you're just like trying to writhe your body down. Your jaw's still on this grate, just pulling it down and down. You can hear the entire pipe just like getting pulled out of the ceiling as you do this. And 2 more bolts pop up. You rip another of the bars across the grate, but it's still just a little too thin for you to get through. And yeah, roll your flat d20. Roll your health wellness d20.
13.
Okay, you do whatever the equivalent of coughing is for an alligator. Yeah, you like feel something in your, I don't know how many stomachs alligators have, your second stomach ain't feeling so well. And you manage to sort of, it takes you for a back for a second, but you manage to fight it off, and you're ready to go again as you keep some of the air you need in, and you're not suffocating quite yet.
I don't know what alligators sound like. Alligator noise.
They have like a really deep growl, right? Yeah, it sounds alligator-y enough.
Moo.
Yeah, what do alligators say?
Achoo. Achoo. Shit.
All right, it's your turn.
Still? Goddamn.
Well, it's either your turn or the water's turn.
14.
Okay, 14 hit.
Oh, thank God. 0 means 10. 12. Damn.
Okay, so finally, after just pulling against this metal, like you've been feeling the metal cutting at your gums under your worn crocodilian teeth, and then finally you manage to just pull it off. The last bolt snaps out of place. The entire grate goes flying out, and then just floating into the water of the room. From that tear you made, some of your blood like caught up with the metal that slices your jaws as you let go. And the whole pipe now into the ceiling where the water was coming out, it was like bent to its side and now uncovered, easily large enough for you to swim into.
I do. I leap into the vent. Away.
So it's completely filled with water. It's like water is pouring out of it. It is now totally filled up with water the whole way. So you can just swim into it.
I do so.
Yeah, so you start going up and swimming through essentially just like a vent, series of vents you're following. And give me one more breath holding, one more not going into a fit of coughing.
And that one.
Oh my God. Okay. You. So yeah, as you're going through, you like, you know, your side pokes into the metal a little bit. It's like a bit too cold. It like feels weird on your scales, and you go and like breathe all of your air out and get a whole mouthful, reptilian mouthful of water into your lungs. And this is just horrible. It's like burns so much in your already scarred lungs. Your eyes are burning, like you can't see anything as you're just there, like writhing in place with your lungs filled with water. Give me a d12 for damage. Just a flat d12.
6.
Okay, you take 6
Perfectly
damage.
average.
Don't you feel in control? Because you gotta roll your own damage.
Rough.
All right, and you can continue moving.
Oh wait, I'm a crocodile, so I don't take that damage. Hell yeah. I mean, I do, but it's to my wild shape, which I might die at any second now.
Gotcha. And what was I gonna say? What's your move speed as a crocodile underwater?
30.
Okay, so not actually. Okay, just checking. I assume you're what are you doing? You tell me.
Swimming up the vent, and then are there like multiple paths?
No, it's just like the vent takes different sharp turns, which is one clear path.
So no, one path. Then I go down the path, and I think I'm actively looking for stuff with my crocodile senses.
Yeah, give me a roll.
What am I adding? I feel like they should be pretty. They're crocodiles, baby. What is this, perception?
That is investigation. Can be.
Well, fuck then. Can we argue for perception? So that it's my wisdom modifier as a crocodile, which is +0 instead of -4.
I mean, it can be perception. Well, you're actively looking for. I mean, it can be perception, I suppose.
I assume I would fit in here if I was a human, right? Or like not a crocodile.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, it's full of water, right?
Yes.
Oh, never mind.
You're in a vent filled with water.
Yeah. Okay. Then 14.
Okay, 14. Yeah. So you see around you that this is a fairly sturdily built vent. There's different bolts and pipes holding subsections together. You don't notice anything particular, like any puzzle pieces from before etched into it. There's like, sometimes you can see a company's name, like the menu. What?
I just
like the Illuminati music, or?
No, I mean that too. It's perfect. It's perfectly suited. It just gives me real Portal vibes, like original Portal, like when you first get out of like the testing facility. Oh. And it's that genuinely scared the shit out of me the first time I played it. Sorry.
Just being in like the shitty old rundown,
and seeing like, oh, there's like other people been here before, and it's like bad here, and GLaDOS isn't nice.
Yeah. I mean, GLaDOS was never nice, but
GLaDOS is not neutral. At least.
I see we have a different. We had a very different experience with Portal.
I had zero background for what the game was. I was like, yeah, that's fine.
Oh, you didn't know GLaDOS was that evil. You didn't play Portal 1.
That was Portal 1.
Oh, I think I meant Portal
I
2
played.
when you go into like old aperture.
No, Portal 1 is like midway through. It's like,
Oh,
cute as fuck.
okay.
Portal 2 is hilarious. Man, Wheatley is great.
Anyway,
that's his name.
so yeah, you're going through this. Definitely, it could be considered a little bit of the Portal experience. It's not quite like this rundown whatever that you've made out of, but yeah, you definitely made it out of like the intended chamber. There's like no puzzle stuff. You can see like the manufacturer, like FC Corp, kind of etched into some of the metal tubing in the vent that you're in, and it's held together like you would imagine any vent, just like bolted and sealed, maybe soldered around the edges. That's about it as you're kind of just swimming by. And you also see light up ahead, now peering through like this darkness in this very dark vent filled with water.
I go through the light. I go towards the light.
Yeah,
Am I
definitely.
dying?
Yeah, this is the end for you.
My God.
So you like take a 90-degree turn downwards, you're swimming down, suddenly the vent turns again and it's facing forward, so you're facing forwards again. It becomes a little difficult to tell exactly what direction you're facing because you're just in like this almost pitch black vent that keeps switching 90 degrees. But yeah, you see this light shining from forward, and then as you come through more and more, the light gets brighter and you can see into this space that you're swimming into. Yeah, and then let's switch up the music as you enter the space. Can you just give me a less
happy,
dramatic
fun
sci-fi? Maybe like our
Yay!
steampunk
It's
or
all
something.
nice now.
Well, we'll see.
I don't know how nice it's gonna be, but I think it's less intense.
Da, da,
It might. It's more. It says synthwave, so that should be.
da, 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 da. You know Animal Crossing music? Wait, this
I love
seems,
the New Horizons theme a lot.
this seems even worse. Let me see.
It's so. I hate all this so much.
Okay, this is fine. Yeah, let's see. So you come out into the light, and first off, your crocodile eyes are like, what the? Like, they are not ready to adjust from pitch black of this vent you're in to like this bright room, lights everywhere, like all across the ceilings, these LED lights, like a perfectly lit up room as you swim out into just as tall as the ceiling in this 15-foot room, giant glass vat, basically. So you swim in from your pipe, which is the one entrance, into this giant glass vat filled with water. There's all sorts of pumps and strange machinery around it, which seem to be controlling the water pressure. And then you look out and you see a fairly homey looking room. There's a blue kind of half couch, half beanbag pressed up against the wall. There's some different technological screens and other devices for interfacing with things. And then standing there in front of this vat is a interesting looking creature. They are humanoid, but with no clothes on, just scaly silver on the front and blue scales, like a blue tinge on the sides and back. They're maybe 6.5 feet tall, somewhere in that range. You figure from your crocodile size, you can't tell that well, but you figure, I don't know, general humanoid size. They have a very noticeable, this is the first thing that sticks out to you, is this big skull of a swordfish on their head. Like, their head is covered by just a big skull with a long, pointed, sharp nose. You can't tell exactly like how much of this is their head, where it connects, but basically you just see on top of their head is this big swordfish skull. And then between their arms, there are these webbed kind of connections. Clearly they look ready for swimming and fish-like in a lot of ways. And that's what you see standing there in the room, looking at the vat, kind of expectantly, like turned, though you can't see the expression super well.
They turn towards me, or
yeah, they're looking
turn...
directly at you inside the vat.
I wait to see their. Or can I do an insight? Do I? And I'll do an insight first, as I'm with no modifier. As a crocodile first. 10.
Okay. 10, you kind of have no clue. I mean, they don't seem like alarmed by you. They seem calm. You can't tell many other emotions outside of that. They just seem like they're looking at you. It seems like they probably were not expecting you, because they don't seem shocked at all that a crocodile just swam into their vat. That's about what you get out of this.
Fuck it. I turn back into myself. Full Naga, the Eladrin. Yeah, poof.
Okay, definitely.
We're out of water, right? We're out of water.
No, you're in a giant vat filled with water.
Oh, never mind then. Fuck that.
They do, so they now, looking over and noticing you, they walk over to some of the mechanisms, so they're now standing right in front of the vat, interfacing with some of these, like a control console.
I'm in the vat. God damn it, Sergio.
What?
Brain. I said, oh, I'm in the vat.
Yeah, you're in the vat. They're interfacing with the control. They hit a button, like a metal closure forms above you, like basically metal plates slide to close the vent that you just came out of. Yeah. So now you're in the vat. Where you came from has just been shut by these metal metal sheets.
A little crocodile wave.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I like wave a little stubby arm to get his attention in a way that no crocodile would actually do.
Yeah, so you see this swordfish head look up, and the nose like almost scrapes against the glass of the vat, and you see these piercing bright purple eyes through the like eye holes of the skull, and you can see like a flesh below through the skull, so you can recognize now that it's a mask that's being worn.
That's creepy as fuck.
And through the vat and the water, you hear a wave as well. But it's
What's
muffled. But
you?
You can make a perception to hear it better. But yeah, it's muffled through a layer of glass and water.
11.
Yeah, you hear like kind of just so distorted through the two different mediums it's trying to pass through. As they, are hitting other buttons, and you hear some of the pumps start whirring around you, and like these different machineries around the vat start making noises.
So he's fully not in water.
Yeah, this is a air room out.
I wait to see what he's doing.
Yeah, so immediately, the pumps are and like water starts getting pulled out at the very bottom of the floor. Like little holes open and water starts getting sucked out of the vat. The ceiling of water slowly starts to come down, and you with it floating there. And he just like hits some other buttons, pulls a little lever, and the water drains down entirely out of the vat until you are crocodile sitting on the floor. It's another button, and all the machinery kind of turns off. There's a little bit of droplets of water left on the floor, but you're just in this kind of dry 15-foot tall vat now.
Still enclosed?
Yeah, still enclosed.
I wait another half second. Is he like moving to?
Yeah. So he's
anything?
still just like interacting with all these different things. Finally, he goes over and just like hits this big blue button towards the top of the console, and you hear just like as the seal of air between your vat and this outside room breaks, and the glass is getting pulled up and rising through mechanisms around you, and the whole glass vat is basically raised around you, and you are now, the air you are breathing is the same air that he is breathing inside the room.
Okay, I unwild shape, just like spewing out a shit ton of water. Like, fantastic, boy! I knew you and nature itself would prevail. That is perfect. You are delightful. And I give him like a big kiss on either side of its fish mask.
Yes, it's excellent to hear that you're feeling well. Do you need this? He says, holding up like a syringe filled with clear liquid. Or it seems have you gotten this on your own? Am I just, then like, a little flick of the needle.
I don't entirely know what that is.
Oh, okay. No worries. And he just goes to inject it into your neck.
I fully break his hand.
Okay. I don't think he's not trying to do it particularly quickly, so yeah, you can take an action.
Is he like? Before I do that, can I do an insight?
Yeah, definitely.
What is this guy doing?
Yeah, this isn't like a, you don't need to make a split. It's not like a whoosh, like he just yeets it at your neck. He just like raises it and moves it towards your neck.
Sorry, I gotta start. This is what Sergio would do, would break his hand. I need to be in character. What are we doing? What? Oh, insight, sorry. Oh, fuck. 24.
Okay, yeah, you can tell that this person is happy to see you. It was great to hear your reaction. They seem genuinely just like serious about their intention and how they're treating you, and that they feel familiar with you. You definitely don't feel any kind of malice or distrust from them, and they're just reaching out this thing that they thought you wanted. Like, it's very like, okay, yeah, sure, like, here you go.
I would just like to step out of the way if I think that's possible.
Yeah, you can just, yeah, exactly. You can just step out of the way. Yeah, so as they're like going to move it towards the neck, they're like, oh, did you, you didn't want, so, what's your name? Where are you? Are we here? Are we with it? Or
the way that you wording that, it seems like is the expectation that I know who I am. Is that?
Yeah, I mean, so okay. Sorry
or are
about
you
this.
genuinely curious who
I took this for granted. No, I mean, you are Naga, friend, compatriot.
So you know who I am.
Ill. Yeah, of course I know who you are. I'm just going to give you a little bit of this so that you can remember who you are.
With my insight from afar, is he sincere?
Yeah, he's just telling it how it is.
I have questions of two things I am certain. One,
you can see just these the genuine look of these bright purple eyes through the holes in the fishbone mask.
All right. Yes, I was a crocodile for one, and for two.
Yes, it was quite ingenious. I mean, I was a big fan. We had set up the whole puzzle. You would help me set up the puzzle, but you found something entirely new. I mean, it's always, you're so ingenious.
Again, the way that you're wording these things make me feel like I'm in some sort of experiment. Oh.
Okay, I mean, no, there's no need to worry. I mean, I can just explain if you'd like.
Absolutely, please.
Yes, so you and I have set this up for yourself, as well as the the oversight of the board, and this is to try to help with your condition. We put you in these circumstances. We give your body the shock, the start that it needs, by getting rid of your memory, putting you in these dangerous circumstances, and allowing your natural course to just run its course and bring the life back to your body. And now we are going to give you your memories back. And it seems, did it work well? Do you feel good? Or do you feel invigorated?
Again, is this in terms of I feel like I'm honestly dying inside, internally, physically.
Yes, you are dying. That part is correct.
Fantastic. But it sounds like mentally, this is a mental thing. Which, are they tied? Is one more pressing? What is
I mean,
issue?
if you take it'll be much easier if you take but we can talk about it. I mean, you'll remember it after the injection.
I think in some way, I value honesty. And speaking honestly, I know you. I speak on. Oh, I understand. Of course. I'm Justor. I'm your doctor. We have set up this operation together. Again, no reason unless you can provide
your woes that are ailing you, that you feel right now. Those are purely physical. Your body is dying. You have just a horrible, this genetic disease is running rampant through your body. You will certainly die swiftly even, but we are trying everything in our power. I mean, I value you as a friend. I'm your doctor, but I'm also your friend. We go way back. I value you, and I value your life and your contributions to this community. And you know, we will do everything in our power to help you, and so we are trying some more unorthodox methods, trying to jumpstart your natural body's responses and defenses by putting you in these life or death survival situations. I hope it has gone well. We will run the tests. Have no fear. We will run the tests and see if this has improved your condition.
Does the amnesia come into play? I don't. Well, was that induced by you all / me, supposedly?
Yes, it was you and I, under my purview. And the board, the ethics board, they agreed. They value you. I mean, everyone in this community values you highly, and so anything we can to keep you around even a little bit longer is.
Who am I? Who am I?
Oh, you are Naga, You are our most diligent and hardworking lawmaker and community leader and moral thought leader. I mean, you are the canary to our underwater gemstone coal mine. You keep our community within all these life pods. You keep us whole, you keep us sane, and you keep us grounded in what truly matters. I mean, Naga, you are the heart of the Gnostica life pod community.
That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot.
You have never, you have always done great under the pressure. We've talked about it. I'm your therapist as well as doctor and close friend. And I mean, you do excellent do not worry about that. With your memories back, you will feel confident. You have years and years of experience, decades of experience.
No. Was I?
He like finally puts the syringe like down at his side. He's like, yes, go on.
Was I religious before? Because okay, so that I feel like I'm dying. I was an alligator. And Sylvanus is the thing that keeps popping into my head, and just I feel.
Go ahead, go as much as you need. Take your time. Take your time.
I'm fine. I'm good.
If you need, we can get the medications that you take for your speeches. They help you speak more clearly for a time.
No. So. Yes, that just keeps popping into my head, back and forth. Just the idea of being one fully with nature and giving in to it. And now that that's been put upon me that I'm dying and actively trying to oppose that, it feels wrong. I think if nature is running its course, pun very much intended, I think it's my time.
I mean,
that's
that is honestly, it's quite impressive, and it just speaks to your mental acuity that even with your memories wiped, you still have the same concerns and thoughts. I mean, this is why you above all others are the leader of your community, and this is why above all others we need you, Naga. You are just the keystone. You hold us. Remember, you don't remember, but remember back when we were going to destroy the local coral communities so that we could get better access to mining of the aquatic gems here on the planet. And you said, no, nature is important and we must live with them. And with that, we created new tools to work in harmony with nature. Naga, if you abandon us, who knows what will happen to this community? You usually know. I mean, I do not, you don't know right now, but you know above all others how terrible things can be without your input.
Are you saying that past me was not content with this experimenting and was perfectly fine?
I mean, you had, as your psychologist, I can tell you that you had your doubts, your back and forth. Yes? Your psychologist, your doctor, your close friend, confidant, sometimes speech ghostwriter.
Are you sure this isn't Truman Show? That wasn't one of the 3 things that I feel like I'm being fucking observed.
Yeah, of course you had your doubts, your back and forths, but I mean, you know above all else how important you are to the community and how key you are to the well-being holistically of our Gnostica community and to the ecosystems around us. I mean, you have convinced me strongly after speaking with you for hours and hours on end. I believe in your mission, but there are, I mean, those who disagree with you out there, in a heartbeat, they would jump on these corporate opportunities to increase profits with increased mining, increased development, with no regard for the ecosystem. As your friend, if you truly wish to die with your full mental state, picking the syringe back up, of course I will let that happen. But I will also try to talk you out of it many times before then.
Let's end the stream right now. I kill that.
Hey, I mean, I don't mind. That's not the word.
No,
But at the very least, I implore you, make this with full mental awareness of the years that you have spent toiling to save our community and create the friendships that are at the core of our base. Friendships both with each other, but with nature and with the wilds, with the corals, with the creatures, with these beautiful, pointing at his own skull mask, these beautiful, beautiful creatures that inhabit our world.
And what's with that? Yeah, I've forgotten.
I know you have forgotten. That was by design.
Why are you wearing that mask?
I mean, so it's quite personal, but to be honest, we're delving into very personal matters, your own life and death, so I suppose that is fine to bring up right now.
Fair.
I mean, and I will let you see, and he like struggles with it for a second, like it's caught on his nose, and he's like, "Argh, argh, argh," and he like pulls it off finally, and you see this, where the rest of his body is this beautiful silver scales, and then a switch to like this deep blue midnight purple, like really elegant gradient and scales across his body. On his face you see scars and pink tissue and just torn chunks where there are no scales, like one really puffy kind of just like an eye that's not quite in the right place, just a torn up face, deep scar tissue across the head. I was horribly injured in an accident.
Awesome. Amazing.
And
I thought we were in a cult.
This is to make me feel beautiful and connected with nature. It was your own suggestion, in fact.
That was, we killed.
No, of course not. This was a long-term pet and ally from the space, and finally when they passed, we wanted to do something to honor great fish bones, and so I live on every day with this memory.
It feels fucked. All right. So how
you say that out loud?
Yeah.
I'm shocked that you would say that. Like, is there for a second, like holding the skull by his side.
How much time do we suspect I will at most get with these experiments?
I mean, to be fair, we thought you would die months ago. When you were first diagnosed, I thought you only had, weeks, but your fighting spirit pushed on, and then the experiments pushed you further when that was not enough. I'd say we've, you're a few months past your expiration, and we're really pushing it here, unless we can find the breakthrough that we're looking for. And this might have been the breakthrough. I mean, we will run the tests once you're ready.
So it's not much longer that I have to live anyway. What is the plan when I die?
No. If we can find the breakthrough, if we can keep you alive, you will...
Assume we don't.
Well, we must.
That seems like an issue that I wish I had thought of before, / ideally others would have brought it up to me. That, hey, nobody lives forever. Wild.
But if you could live forever.
That isn't natural. That isn't good. It is our lack of permanence is beautiful. And
Yes, I mean, it's fine. You don't need to live forever. But if you could live for a few more centuries and really, if we could get even stronger bylaws and create a more strong political, community or in the space where I mean, you're getting there. You're getting close. Where people are starting to value the ecosystems more. We're more connected than ever, but a few more centuries of work, and I think we could really get to a place where people will naturally do that.
How about we go see those results before I take any of that stuff.
But this is simply now finally putting my mask back on. Like, God, this is simply, it's not going to change your opinions or your mind. It will just give you your same memories that you have.
Apparently, it would.
Well, but it will give you the memories that you so value and have. I mean,
yes, am I smarter now?
Would you really like to operate and make decisions for this community without the decades that you've spent struggling and toiling and meeting those inside the community suffering?
Should I uphold the morals that I've been building?
I mean, to be fair, if you think about it, you're just taking your own natural memories back. So if you really want to be natural, then you just take the memories back.
Or is this my most natural state when I'm at my most, clean? I
must admit, it is always like you to be pushing new questions. I didn't see this coming at all, but it's incredible that even without any of your memories, you're still coming up with new powerful thoughts to make us think. Maybe I ought to wipe my own memories as well. He like pulls out a little like red vial, not like a syringe or anything, but there's just a little red vial, and he's like, perhaps I ought to take this too.
Maybe it's been, I don't.
Would you suggest it?
Is there like a save button? Can I just like take it, see what I'm like, and then revert back?
The intention was a bit for that to happen in this experiment, but it would appear that the save button is not desired by the outcome.
This is a lot to consider. This is wild.
I mean, we can, if you'd like to go around, we could speak to constituents, we could speak to your friends and family. I mean, the community is your family, as you always say.
I don't have a family. That's what you're saying.
I mean, you had a family once, and they were lost.
Are you my closest? Oh, sorry. No, that sounded tragic. Please.
Oh, they were lost in a horrible accident back in your early days, before you had found yourself and knew who you truly were and were meant to be. You were quite the mogul, in fact. I mean, you really built this place up from economically. I mean, speaking, you had developments, you created new mines, you wiped out the local ecosystems in order to bring progress. And then you found your way. That was a long time ago. After your family all died in an accident on a mining cruiser. But anyway, so now the community is your family, as you always remind us at the end of your speeches, that we are all a family, and around nature with us, we are all also family.
I would like a minute alone for a second, please. Could you leave the room? I just need to.
Of course. Would you like your favorite music, or?
Sure. I don't.
Okay. Yes, your thinking music. Of course.
Okay.
Great.
Scared.
Take your time, Naga. That's just fine. And by the way, yes, I am. Yeah, I would say we are. Not to toot my own, but yeah, I'd say we are. Best friends. Some would call us that. I'm confidant to decision making when you have a tough time. We'll talk through this. We've talked a lot about your death, mortality, and the community needs you and your own nature. I mean, I'm also your psychologist and psychiatrist and doctor as well. We must all play many roles. We must wear many hats, just as you do.
That seems sketchy.
Anyway, take your time.
I appreciate it, friend. Very much appreciated. I got the biggest scowl and suspicious face this entire stream. I'm so sketched out.
Dips out the door, shuts the door behind himself, and you're just now in this chamber. Looking around, you see the big blue kind of beanbag couch. There's some screens on the walls and different places to interface with. Potentially some communication devices. You can't recognize a ton of this stuff because you don't have memories of them, of like what they do specifically, but just like different tech in the room and some comfortable places to sit, some tables with tools on them.
This is for sure a secondary. This is not my main thing I care about, but could I just do like a quick like look around to see if anything's notable? I mean, or did you just describe everything and nothing I could roll?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to like peer around, you can see a little more. The couch seems well worn. Actually, I can go ahead and roll and we'll see.
19.
Okay. Yeah, the couch is like well worn. Like this is a fairly well used room. There's tools kind of scattered all about. It seems like a fairly lived in workspace. You can walk over and there's all these clipboards filled with papers and sheets and markings and data on past experiments, things about all your vitals, blood levels, different minerals in your blood, like pathogen percentage in cells, like things like that. Just all kinds of data, these like diagrams of you, x-rays, models, just like basically every possible detail you could want about yourself. There's textbooks full of different genetic diseases and other things like that. Yeah, I mean, it's just like what you'd expect from like a crazy, almost like a doctor's personal mad scientist room or something. Not in like an evil ways. I just mean like, because a doctor's office you wouldn't expect to be messy. Like if a doctor had their own like workspace, this is like what that would look like.
I just had a quick like thought of this turning into what's that movie with Bah Humbug and he like sees his life like how it was.
Yeah. Oh gosh, wait. Yeah, Charles Dickens. Oh, Christmas Story.
Christmas Carol. I don't know. Is it a Christmas Carol?
That was a Christmas Story.
Anyway, I would just like to sit in a corner on the ground, like facing the corner, and just pray. Just like fully closing my eyes to the nature god Sylvanus, who I've just quickly Googled. And just, is it? I don't know. The idea is to embrace nature and all that comes with it, all of its flaws and its beauty. But is it worth it? Is it worth it for me to sacrifice my own natural mortality for the sake of helping out the broader, our nature, our ecosystem? I don't understand. What is it right to do? And I know you have, any guidance if you could offer it would be appreciated.
You hear a voice channel back into your head. Well, hey, sugar lumps. I mean, I'm just saying whatever. Look, okay, so listen to me, honey. What I'm trying to say is nature's nature, and whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. So either you're gonna let me run my course and do my nature thing on your body and take you into sweet release of death, my warm embrace. And then, I mean, these people are gonna go buck wild on here out in I mean, they're gonna tear it apart. They're gonna kill the coral, kill the local fish. I mean, if that's what you're gonna let happen. I mean, can't just feed you every decision you want to make, but you could stay, you could deny me, you could say, Sylvanus, I'm not coming, and you're gonna have to handle this yourself, you know, whatever. I'm doing my thing over here with Justor. We're gonna find our little experiments and tell you to fuck right off. And then, you know, maybe you can do good things for nature. Maybe you can keep the local ecosystem alive. Maybe you can stop those endangered species you've been caring so much about from swoop right out the door. But, honey, I just gotta say that's your decision and not mine. You're welcome.
Can I do like a perception or insight to know if this is like a weird fucking joke or if that was actually my god? For religion check, I don't know.
How much do you remember? Yeah, I guess you wouldn't. Yeah, sure. Okay.
What, religion?
Yeah. Well, what do you think it might be? What do you think it could be?
I feel like this is all my main thought. and again, I feel like it's more Sergio peering in than the character, although maybe. I feel like this is all some weird elaborate trap. Even though I did a high insight and that guy seems trustworthy, I don't freaking know. I'm still skeeved out. Who knows what the
Music.
whole... Sometimes. Who knows what game is going on. But also, there's a whole, you know, my preconceived notion of what a god should sound like. There's that prejudice there as well. Would my character have prejudice towards a voice? How about that? That's my first thing. Above a 10, prejudice. Below a 10, not prejudice.
What?
My character fully accepts the voice as being.
It's a voice of nature. It's natural. All natural, baby.
All right. Nala.
Nala. Naga.
Nala the lion. Naga nods his head. Oh, all right. I fully switched this accent many times. Shit. It's both in and out of
Sweet,
character.
you should really get that cough checked out, by the way. I'm just kidding.
Or do I just die? I don't know.
Who knows? Toodaloo. Feel his presence leave. His voice that was like echoing in your head.
This is the most existential dread ever. Wow, this is like true brain fuckery.
And then you hear like just on from the speakers comes like is it
like a thing to pick up? Is this...
No. This is just like music coming through the speakers.
Oh,
sorry.
Man, it took me forever. Do I like this music? I'm gonna roll to see if I like it. Above a 10, I like it. It's a 10. I guess it's below a 10. I hate it.
Yeah, you're like, it has a 10 below a 10.
I said above a 10 and I like it, and so it's a 10. So it's below. Wait, fuck.
Yeah, it's not below a 10. You feel perfectly neutral towards
above
it.
A 10.
It's your this is your natural. It's not. You don't like it. You don't dislike it.
The perfect study music. Yeah. I walk outside the doors. And look in the
as
hallway.
you stand up from praying, give me a roll.
Nat 1. Is this the cough again?
You're like pushing yourself up off your feet, and immediately, just like searing pain through your arms. One arm just drops. Your lungs like erupt. You fall back to the ground and slam into the ground. Just a loud like thud, which reverberates through the metal room. Just make another roll as you're just in a coughing fit now on the ground, and roll a d6 for damage.
5, and then what, a d6?
D6.
5 on the d20 and 4 on the d6.
Yeah, so you are like, you're still coughing. You can feel like this pneumonia liquid filling your lungs as you cough and writhe more and more, and it just gets harder and harder as you like feel something blocking your throat. Like the difficulty to breathe, to cough, you just keep trying to clear it, and all it does is burn more and more. As you're just on the ground, like barely able to breathe in this coughing fit. Another d20 and another d6.
Nat 1. 5.
All right, that's 5 more damage. How many HP? I'm not even gonna ask how much HP. If you just die right here, that's fine.
Well, I'm not a crocodile anymore, so
yeah.
I still have like 20 damage. I mean 20 health.
So you are at this point, you really cannot breathe. Like you're trying to cough and you can barely even make a sound to come out. You're like gasping for breath, and you can hear you on like through tight windpipes as you're trying to breathe. Like no other part of your body you can even like feel. Like it's so numb compared to just the pain in your lungs and just like the primal urge to breathe. As suddenly like flashes, thanks in the audience, by the way, a humble nerd, suddenly like flashes of your past life are getting like thrown back in. piercing through like this fog that was there in your mind, like blocking you from knowing that they were there and accessing them. Like some ideas kind of pierce through. You remember the first kind of days of constructing these life pods. There's this, you know, you lived on a different planet when you were younger, and Gnostica is this world made entirely of water. It's just purely the gravitational force of the water holds it together. There's no land or anything, no core, which, you know, is like a truly unusual and beautiful thing that was discovered. And at the core, at the very core of the planet, these incredible crystals get formed because of just the pure pressure of a full planet of liquid squished down around them. They have like just enough freedom in the liquid to move while still having the immense pressure of an entire planet around them. And these beautiful crystals with these chemical properties that no other material has that's ever been found were discovered here, and you decided like this is an opportunity that cannot be passed on. So outside investors, huge, you know, other planets looking to get in on this, started constructing these different underwater civilizations. Many tried, many failed to get something that would actually stick and last on this planet with nothing solid to build on. Like the buildings would just start flying away and drifting out and falling into space. But you created this design for these interlocking network, or perhaps with other designers if you're not as much of a designer, these interlocking network of life pods, these just big cylinders of a community who all sort of know each other and live together and are self-sufficient on their own. So if they were to break off, they could still survive, but essentially just tubes connecting these interlocking life pod communities, which exist and live on this planet, and created very tight-knit, you know, be a couple families per pod, just this like almost like a neighborhood of a pod that lives far so deep under the water that no light can come down. It's just pitch black down here, and then people send out these bots to mine. And yeah, so you have this like this old memory of this old world and this planet that you exist on. And I mean, apparently there have been some major changes from that initial design, if what Gistor is telling you is true. But yeah, that's kind of like you remember this foundation of the planet. As you're gasping for breath, roll another d20.
Flat 12.
Okay, and as you're gasping through these tight, like red hot windpipes, or like throat tubes, air pipes, as you finally manage to get like a gasping breath, and you feel your lungs fill with air, as they burn but expand and fill out, and you kind of stabilize yourself there on the ground. You're just gasping and catching up breath. Your heart is pounding in your chest now. You can finally feel it. It's like ringing in your ears. Every single beat of your heart causes like this loud ringing noise in your ears as you're lying there on the floor. And you hear just like a knock on the door, like a boom, boom, boom. Hello, Naga, are you all right in there? I could bring in some of the medication, the steroids, to help you if your lungs aren't feeling all right. Not still on this.
Yes, I will just screw it. I'll take it. I'll take the medicine.
Like swings the door open, like running in. He has like a whole tray full of just like cocktails of
Can I do one more insight?
Yeah, definitely.
Dirty 20.
Okay. He seems just so concerned. Like he's been trying to be respectful and not step on your turf as you are here with, you know, not remembering him. He doesn't want to freak you out, but he's just like so eager to help you. He has like literally an entire tray filled with different colored vials, and he's like pulls out a green one. He's like, this one should help your breathing feel better. This one will get rid of the pain. This one will clear up your mind and thinking. This one will like make you feel, don't worry, none of them will give you your memories back if that's what you so desire. Even if you want to wipe what you've had so far, here's this red one. And he's just like handing you all these different little cocktails to drink.
I'll take all of it, including memory.
Getting it back or losing them?
Back.
All right, and then he like pulls out a little measuring vial, basically.
To be clear, wait, will this wipe my new memories as somebody with a wiped memory?
No, you keep all of those.
Okay, so I don't. If I want to remind myself of something that I'm feeling right now, I wouldn't need to write it on my hand or something.
I think so. You
Do you
should.
think I wouldn't?
No, you shouldn't. You should have all the same memories.
Okay, well,
Fine.
I don't entirely know if I will.
Here
Anyway,
you
I'll
go.
take.
He like hands you
Yep.
this gross brown-looking liquid from like every color being added to it.
I take the weird, sad combination of drugs.
Yeah. You just
Down it.
okay. It's fucking disgusting. Give me a Constitution saving throw. It's the
Plus
most
2,
vile thing you've ever
18.
tasted. 18. All right. So you get this in your mouth, and like it distracts you from the pain in your lungs as you're just like your body's like, get this out of like, this is poison. This is just like the worst possible. But yeah, you manage to swallow it down, and immediately you feel like your body starts like getting a little hyped up. Like you feel this energy inside of you. Like your lungs, your heart starts beating faster. You can, it's like just like a tingling in your fingertips. You start like blinking and you can like see a little bit clearer. Like your mind is getting less fuzzy. Make me a d20 plus your wisdom.
16.
Okay, yeah. So suddenly, like, it's not like you're hit by this like debilitating flashback. It's like you're just there, like looking and feeling more alert, and these memories just start flooding in. You start thinking about them, like, oh, of course, like yeah, this links to this. You just start like remembering all these things and connecting different thoughts in your head. What you've just experienced, and now remembering back, like, of course, this is Justor, like my extremely close friend. I mean, he's very overbearing, but you know, he really cares a lot, and you've helped him come a long way as well. From he was your doctor back then, and you completely convinced him to adopt this new kind of way of life with you, and he's helped you every step of the way, like however he can, in building the community, getting you a leadership position, and helping you push these values forward across the life pods. Yeah, and you remember kind of this whole situation, and you feel a lot better. Like your lungs, it's much easier to breathe. Let's say you even get a D10 of health back.
Hells yeah. What do I remember?
And take a plus
That's a
1
lot.
to intelligence as well.
Fuck. Well, I don't know how to modify that, so I'll just do it in my head. Okay. What do I have to think about? Has my perspective on anything changed? I don't know. Should it change with this past information in
so
terms of my place in the world?
You're remembering, like, why did Justor care so much about you dying? Like, why do people care?
Yeah.
Like, why would you as well, someone who values, your values on that have not changed at all. You think that death is natural and people should let it happen, and this is just like the circle of life is important, and you should not do so much like sort of human or humanoid meddling in the world and trying to control all these forces. Like you should really exist more with nature and let things run their course. However, at the same time, like it would take something incredibly compelling to get you to even think about negotiating with that. One is like Justor is constantly pushing you, constantly reminding you of just how important you are, and everyone in the community, he's pretty much just an embodiment of the feeling of your supporters in the community, which is the people who disagree with you, the people who are out to make a profit, are very strong. Like they have a strong influence, they have a ton of money behind them, and they are constantly working to push the policies that you originally, like yourself, had invented and implemented, of like tearing this planet apart, ripping it apart, taking the core, basically destroying all the ecosystems of the creatures that live here, developing more and more, and basically destroying like it would mean the end of life on this planet, the natural life on this planet anyway. Life pods and humanoids moving here would probably exist, but like without you, you are sort of like the bastion and beacon of your movement and people who agree with you. And without you, there is no like next leader who people are like, oh yeah, that person's a pretty good leader who could like take over for you. So like really without you, your movement would fall apart, and these other people who are just waiting there, sitting, like they're all just like on the councils, but in the second position to you. Like you are excellent at rallying the community, but these people are just like waiting, building their forces, and would just immediately step in your absence. And you know that good and well because you're constantly working to stop them from implementing their policies.
2 questions, one of which I've already forgotten. Is there any? Is there anybody that I think, or can I like look into my brain, like anybody I'm like, oh, they might be able to take my place?
I mean, so there's definitely like younger people who exist in your whatever like movement, who can excite some people and have led small movements or things, but just generally fighting against the wealth and power. Like there's no one who like has a whole community around them right now. I mean, maybe you could come up with a way to make that happen, but there's no one who like inspires the masses right now like you do, or who really rallies people behind them.
Feels like a failure on my part.
Not without your trying, to be fair. Like it's just people don't get it very much. People try to pray. You lead these prayer sessions to Sylvanas, but you can always tell, like you're a smart person, you can always tell no one really gets like, oh yeah, like I can hear her, like yeah, she's telling me to like keep nature alive and like take care of the environment.
I know what Sylvanas
You're always like these people have no idea what they're talking about. Like, yeah, you've heard her. You have chats with her. They're not talking to the same lady. So there's also a doubt on your side of like anyone even being able to properly do the job.
So am I the only person who could speak to Sylvanas that I know of?
Yeah.
What? I sit back down and start praying.
You're just actually insane.
Oh, much. All right. All right. Sylvanas.
Yes, honey?
What the fuck? Why in the world am I the only one that you speak? I'm flattered, I must say. I don't know why it's just now hitting me. Why am I the only person that you have ever spoken to that I know of?
I mean,
anybody else that you can guide?
You know my little sweetie pie. I mean, so quite frankly, no one has been on as beautiful as an experience as you. You went from my worst enemy. I was finding ways that I could storms, tornadoes to just fucking kill you and your whole family. I tried, and it only worked on your wife and your daughter, but not you.
Is this new information to me?
No, I think you know this. You were punished for how much you abused nature.
And I'm cool with that.
No, you blame yourself, not her. She's just nature, man. Nature's nature.
You can't say nature's nature and then she actively tries to do something. That is the antithesis of the thought of let it be.
Yeah, the payback from nature.
Anyway, no one has the stream. I will kill God.
No one has been on as beautiful as a journey as you. You have learned how to go from hating nature, being greedy and selfish, and taking everything for yourself, and being just. I mean, you are quite a stud, I'd have to say. I mean, you fight on behalf of the natural forces of the world and everything. Like, I mean, your whole not dying thing, you could work on that maybe, but I mean, you're just you're a person like no other, a special soul. My little honey bun
was fine with this lady killing my family.
She's just an embodiment of nature.
So when it said,
it was not so active as her sending like a missile to kill you guys.
No, like, just a fucking tsunami to kill.
You were creating very negative forces in this highly religious world, and karmic justice came back to you. It wasn't her specifically saying, I'm gonna make a whatever whirlpool happen right now that's gonna pull your little machine under and blow it up and kill everyone.
So is karma a different god I need to kill? Because
no, it's really like just nature karma.
That's not nature! That's not how nature works. It's random / not at all random, but it's like.
Honey, you're always working on your understanding of nature, but you never quite get it. You'll get there one day. Maybe once you're dead.
Like a hard pivot and kill God.
You can do it. Go ahead.
I don't. Why? You can clarify it for me. Again, I'm just getting little bits in chunks. Did you say you killed? I'm sorry. You killed my family?
I mean, well, all I'm saying is you were. It's not so much as I killed your family as you were acting against the wills of nature and great Mother Earth, Mother Sylvanus, and then
as a result,
nature responded aggressively. I mean, nature was hurting, and then nature punched right back in the fucking throat.
So if I was good my entire life, would my family have been killed?
Probably not. I mean, maybe if you were.
So then you admit.
But it wasn't.
A conscious
but I didn't do it.
So nature consciously decided.
No, not consciously. It's just an unconscious response to negative energy and hurting. Your freeze frame.
So every time anybody has done anything bad against nature, their family has been killed or some other ill omen has gone to them.
Oh, that's a good word for it. Omens. Yeah, honey bun, it's like there's an omen about when you do something bad, and maybe something bad will happen to you because of it. Maybe you won't. That's nature.
Maybe?
That's nature, baby.
That sounds as if it's up to chance, but the way that you are describing it sounds less up to chance.
I mean, I get my little strings in there, but it's mostly chance. You know, I like to put my little buttery fingers on in there and play my will, but I don't really have too much control, so.
Do I know where this god resides?
How much do you know about religion?
Enough to where I'm casually talk with this deity on the reg, apparently.
Yeah, but that could happen of a natural accord. I don't know. Do you know about like planes of existence and stuff? Does your character? Did you ever bother to learn about that?
Apparently, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, she's in the whatever astral plane.
Do I know how to get there?
It's a level 4 druid.
Is there a common way to get there?
You ever thought about it?
I'm in a sciencey lab, right? So magic-y sciencey lab. I rush out the door.
Moving crocodiles into a vat of water. Also, by the way, you're just standing there. Is everything all right? I see you have your hands in the prayer pose, but I was just. I mean, can I get you anything? Can I help at all? Can I?
I don't know how omniscient this god is, but I say, all right, thank you very much for your help. I will do what nature does. And I bow my head and I shut off the call.
You can come and get some, you little bitch.
Oh my god! Jesus! Wow! I'm like blowing out my own headphones. Apologize.
Yeah,
Jesus fucking Christ. All right, fucker. That's all right, fucker. And then I hang up the call.
Immediately, you feel the entire room like shifts as like you have no idea what this force is, but the entire room just moves. Make me a dex saving throw.
Fuck. Fuck. 5.
Yeah, okay, so the whole room like shifts as if you're on a boat and you're just slammed into the ground. You fall, smack your head into the ground. You're just grounded for a turn, no damage. And you feel kind of the whole room like shifting, jostling. Things are flying off the table. The clipboard flips up, all the papers get thrown into the air. Some of the vials fall off and shatter onto the ground. Oh my god, Naga, are you okay? And he like comes over and props your head up. Justor is there. Is there? What is happening? I've never seen this happen before. Even with the usual storms, the stabilizers usually work fine. It's like getting hurled back and forth.
That, all that we thought about how the people, the polluters, and all of them, the construction was bad. No, that's not the real issue here. Now nature itself is conspiring against us.
What are you saying, Naga?
We need to stop her. We need to stop her now.
Naga, this makes no sense. What, are you sure you have your memories back?
Oh, 1,000,000%, yes.
What's making you say this?
Are they familiar that do I tell them that I talk with God, and do they believe that?
Yeah, of course.
Are they down to
This is your confidant.
Sylvanas, the fucking asshole, she's trying to kill us, well, me, and as a result, you all. And
as you say that, there's a loud as a huge dent just appears in the side of the room. Like this just big all-shaped dent just slams into the side of the room.
Yes, so we need to act quickly.
What is going on?
I just said, is there any way to get to, where'd you say she was again?
Astral
the
plane.
upper plane. I don't know any D&D shit. Is there any way to get to the astral plane?
The astral.
In here.
Why would you ever want to get the astral plane? I mean, we are. What the? That is the work of the most elite scholars on Kronex. I mean, that is the astral plane. Why? Please, Naga, could you please explain? You are saying Sylvanas has betrayed us, or you've betrayed her, or what is going on?
Retroactively, she has betrayed me, and as a result, I am betraying her, and as a result, she is trying to kill me and us.
Give me a persuasion with disadvantage as the out the door that Justor just was out in the hallway of him, pushed through. A hole just punches straight through the metal walling, and water just starts gushing in, just flooding through.
I have -1. 4. Motherfucker.
Naga, if you could just quickly take this, please. I think this should help clear up. I think maybe the memory one I gave you was wrong. If we could just give you a new one and try that, see if you can get your correct memories back, that would be excellent.
You gave me the wrong memories.
Potentially, I think that's possible. Please just take this.
And what are these?
It's just the same drug as before, but maybe the other one was a fluke. If you could take it again.
I would like to give him the drug.
Forcefully?
The memories, yeah. Of me, right? Presumably my memories, so that he feels what I feel.
Oh, so you're in your conscious state of mind. Make a just intelligence check. +1, because you're enhanced.
So it's a total of +3. Nat 1. I think there's a lot of nat 1s.
Yeah, you literally have in your frenzied state, all this shit, Sylvanas just betrayed you. You have no fucking idea what the research with him, you can't remember any of the process it was or how any of it works at all. Just so you know.
Enough of your shit! And I grab the vial and I shove it in his mouth and try to clamp the glass, I guess, with his teeth.
Yeah, he'll make let's make an opposed athletics.
-1, baby. Can it be acrobatics?
He also has -1. If you can make it acrobatic.
I
definitely
do a
get disadvantage
between his legs, and from behind him, grab the vial and shove it in his mouth.
As a dying old man, you'll.
If it's acrobatics, it's 5. If it's athletics, it's dirty 1.
Oh my god! Yeah, you just take the memories, and you go to push it, and you just you're just this dying old man, take the memories. You just you're trying to force it, but to him, it's just and he just moves out of the way, and moves the hand, just uncaps it, and just starts pouring it on you.
What?
Another
happens?
opposed athletics though. He's going to try to grab your head.
This D20 is gonna rot in hell. Athletics is 5.
Yeah, so he just like pushes your head back as you're like, take the memories, and just pours it down your mouth. Like it goes into your throat as you're talking.
I must
you like
kill
cough it up.
Sylvanas.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a wisdom save.
Oh, thank God, it's +6. Hey, nat 20, baby! Right when
All right. Yeah, you take this in and you like feel whatever these last tiny corners of fog in your brain clear up of just like old memories of like what you had for breakfast and the exact conversation that happened right before you went into the test chamber. The conversation with Justor where you were like, okay, I mean, essentially went as, if you insist, like we can try this, but really I think we need to find other methods. Like it's not whatever sustainable. And he's like, please, we just need you even just a little bit longer, like anything just so you can set up your legacy, blah, blah. And like that conversation happened. For the most part, you feel exactly the same. Nothing changes.
I'm me. Can't you? It's clearly nothing changed.
Persuasion.
I need your help, old friend.
Give you advantage.
Hey, another nat 20. What the fuck is
Whoa,
up with this
shit.
guy?
Oh my God. Okay.
Like 4 nat 1s and then 2.
Naga,
like 3 nat 20s.
I'm so sorry. I just thought, I mean, it's just your Sylvanas has been our life for our legacy for the last decades. I mean, this has been all that you've devoted yourself to. How could this happen? What did she do that would make you betray her? How did she betray you?
Yes, you can see what an awkward bind she's put me in. Really. I think. What was the question? What?
She said, what could she possibly have done to make you do this?
She has lied about the nature of nature.
Okay, as you finish that one line, from directly below you, you feel this force just slam into the base of the life pod. The whole ground emerges from behind you. Make a dex saving throw to take half damage.
15.
You take 9 damage.
Nature is not fuck.
Yes, she lied with the nature of nature. You're like the ground slams up as a swell directly below you pops up, hitting Justor as well, and just flinging you straight into the air. Like you're lying on the ground, you just get slammed and fling straight into the air, then fall back down and hit the ground. I guess you catch yourself, but like still that initial blast, 9 damage.
Nature isn't random. It's her. She's deciding what is. It's not. That's not how it should be. She doesn't deserve her place.
That sounds completely opposite to everything that we believed in and talked about.
Yes.
Okay, let's do. What are we gonna? This place is falling apart. I mean, first we need to. This will not hold under these forces.
To the outer planes. I mean, fuck the astral planes.
The astral planes. You could not have asked me for a harder task, Naga, but I should have expected that of you. You are always coming up with, tough challenges with tough solutions.
Are there any half CR creatures that can travel to the astral plane?
Okay. You wanna do an intelligence with advantage, aided by him? Let me look through my readings, please. Check those papers over there. He just like points you to some different writings. This is a separate table from the one with all of your information. This is a table full of his personal research, as you remember, which is you guys were looking into how to use the gems to make more sustainable technology, how these unique features that these crystals have at the core of this planet could aid in, ways of creating healthier and more equal societies, things like that. So he just points you over to his writings there and just runs out of the room.
Hell yeah.
There is water up to your ankles from that hole in the wall. Actually, sorry, he cannot run out of the room. He runs over to shut the door as like a flood of water is pouring in.
Crocodile time, baby. Hey, anybody in the chat, any followers, if you want to give me some sort of, there's an option for a magical item. If there's anything that can transport me to the astral plane, that would be greatly appreciated. But in the meantime, what is that, James? Is that going to be a investigate?
That would be investigate, yeah.
Which is +2.
Or knowledge arcana.
Either way, a +2, 13. I'll be going there with my +12 with my 12 HP.
And what are you looking for? You're just scanning for the word astral plane or something?
Sure, I guess for a start, yeah. I just want to first. I mean, yeah. First step is just finding that word.
Yeah. So you like are flipping through. You're throwing papers. You're like trash, trash, trash. It's just about how it can be used to make energy more efficient. You're like, we don't care about this. We don't need.
No, fuck nature.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
You find not in Justor's own notes. This is just like some tossed aside textbook that didn't seem noteworthy to him. It was like buried under a bunch of crap. You swing it open and find just talking about how these crystals are tied to the astral plane. Like it's very dense, very like an engineer, like a physics book or something. It's like, oh, the amplification of the energy input comes through their tie to the astral plane. They like extract energy out of this.
Wait, they're actual like gems and stuff, or just a book about gems?
It's just a book about them.
Fuck.
You can look around. I guess you guys were trying to use the gems early on. That's what this table is for, to cure your disease. You were looking into ways that these crystals could be used to help. So there are like fragments and shards and little cocktails that it was like grinded into. You've tried eating them before. Just like other ways that they could try to cure diseases. Basically very like plague doctor, like please anything to save this guy who has a disease we don't know how to help.
But I've not used them to like transport.
Never ever, not even considered it.
Because it's not what we wanted, or because it's impossible?
It's not what you wanted.
Okay.
At all. Yeah, you didn't have any desire whatsoever.
Are there any of these crystals around here?
Yeah, so there are these, and just to quickly describe them, there are these long faceted faces, very smooth, just worn by the erosion of water. These smooth faceted faces of these like kind of hexagonal long blue crystals, quite see-through. Like you could hold them up and they kind of distort the light, but you can see right through them. And they're sort of just some scattered. There's like a couple like by the floor in like a little basket, basically. You're just like grabbing them.
Yeah, grabbing absolutely all of them.
Make me an investigation to find as many as you can.
I'll just use,
or
fuck it, no, I won't
perception or a spell, or I don't know.
16 for investigation, or dirty 20 for perception.
Okay. Yeah. There's like, you grab some dust that he had you like snort before. You find like these little boxes full of stuff. There's like these tied up bundles that you were using, like throwing out to catch fish, like all these like weird, you grab a whole crate of them that were just sitting around as surplus, and you pretty much find every form and shape. There's some that have like, they attempted to melt down into water, but it didn't work. So they're just like in vials of liquid and things like that.
What's my buddy's name again?
Justor.
Justor. All right.
He's over there trying to get the door shut, and it's just slamming him back against the wall as he like can't push it against this just tidal wave coming through.
We will die in here. This doesn't matter anymore.
The water is up to almost your waist. It's freezing cold, like the coldest thing you've ever felt. Down here where light doesn't even make it, this water is like brutally. Actually, yeah, sorry, you make a roll. You get advantage because you took the cocktails, like you're on steroids right now, but just to not like have a shock from the cold of the water.
I rolled 2 16s. What is this, a con save?
Yeah.
18.
Okay, you're good.
Justor, suppose I don't want to be cured. Suppose I just want to go to the astral plane. What do I do with these crystals? I need to know now. Oh God, it's getting.
Did you find anything in that book about the astral plane, or I'm trying to run it through my head and think of ways we can?
I saw crystals and then I can't rush to you. I don't know. I was hoping you would know.
Crystal. What about the crystals? How do they link?
I don't know. I came to you.
Well, what are the crystals? The crystals in the astral plane,
I read the book quite thoroughly.
They're linked. Yes, what was the next following pages, the paragraphs surrounding? What was at the end of the chapter when they have the summary and the questions to make sure that the reading was successful? It's like another giant hole pierces through the wall by where Justor is, and now your room has a hole directly into it. There's 2 giant holes pumping water into this life pod now.
True what they say, Mother Nature is a bitch.
You hear just a scream from down the hall, like a shrill "Ah!" from a person.
So, So they don't know what's up with the book. Should I do another investigate, I guess? Or, I don't know. Yeah, reading the book. What's that?
Yeah, Store's just asking what the link between the crystals and the astral plane is.
Can you give me the help action to go through it?
Definitely. He like just runs over
20.
and ignores the door. Yeah, so you're like looking through, he's helping, he's like pointing, he's like, oh, here, or whatever. And you're like reading and you see that, yeah, I mean, it's not too in depth, but essentially from what you can understand, the crystals are linked to the astral plane and that's where they get their energy amplification from. So like they have an inherent innate tie to that space and there might be a way to tap into that tie. The book doesn't mention anything about it, but this is enough to at least get Justor going there, where he's like, so if they are innately linked, we could amplify the resonance frequencies and we could perhaps create, I mean, I have no idea if this could happen. No one has ever, I don't think, done anything like this, but perhaps we could take that link and somehow use that energy and follow it back in the other direction.
But if it happen, please. I think we're in a hurry.
Oh, okay, I mean, it's just go throw those on the tank and maybe we can try to send you through there.
All right, absolutely.
Yeah, so he basically just points you at some of the machines, the original ones that were whirring around when you were in the vat, and it's just instructing you. He's like, all right, put that one in there and that one in there and stick that into the capacitor. That needs to go between the revving engine and the gears. And he's like giving all these complex instructions. Give me intelligence to successfully follow them.
Red.
Or Arcana.
11. Unless he's technically giving me the help action because he's
not. He is on his own. He's run over to the console now and he's just like, he's torn the top off the console, like the nice digital screen interface. He just ripped it off. He like grabbed some tools. He's like soldering. He's just like directly adjusting the wiring. And could you throw me one of those crystals?
That I can do. Yes, absolutely. I throw him a crystal.
The water now
easy.
is like, it's kind of getting in the way. Like when you try to push a crystal, you now are like going underwater. Like if you let go, it like starts floating away. They also react with water. And so they just have like this strange glow and you get like a little bit of a shock. It's like an electrical shock whenever they touch the water and you're touching them, because of their natural affinity for the water. Make me another roll with advantage to not go into shock.
Is this a con save?
Yeah.
Fuck, 14. Yeah,
actually,
14.
sorry, take your con modifier off. That's just a, well, no, okay, that can be constitution. That's fine. That's
12.
fine. That's fine. Yeah, you like, just the freezing water is filling up. You're getting like shocked by all these crystals as you're trying to put them into the different components. But you're managing to fight it off. Definitely helped by the that steroid and that kind of plethora of drugs that are running through your body right now. Okay. Give me one more intelligence roll. He says, now take the last crystal and put it there on top of the wireframe, which needs to connect to the channeling music.
No, nat 1.
Oh my god.
I rolled so many nat 1s and so many nat 20s.
Yeah, he's like just saying all these words. He's like channeling what you have no idea what he's talking about. You're like, just fuck, I just gotta, and you just like open the top up of one of the machines and just throw the crystal into it and shut it. You just yeet it into the inner mechanisms. It like hits something and like whatever, kind of busts it. And you, it's like, all right, now take the rest of them, just hold them in your shirt or something, just tie them close to you, wrap them around your body, get them linked however you would do that magically. I don't know, just make sure they're connected to you. And so if they go, you go, and just get in the vat.
All right, easy.
He's like finished up wiring. He like pulls something tight. He like just quickly like takes a match, whatever, grabs from the table, like lights it, throws it in, shuts it, and just starts like pulling some levers and like smashing on it with his fist. Very like
die.
Okay. Yeah, so oh, this will be fun. You get into the vat. Wait, you do that, I assume?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, give me just a dex check to keep as many crystals as you can on yourself. In the water now, which is pretty much, you're just swimming in it at this point. It's already filled up.
21. Oh wait, sorry. 21.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. You managed to like a couple fall off, and you grab them and pull them back in, and you're holding like this whole big chunk of these crystals, which are like glowing and shocking in the water, like electrocuting you. Give me a Constitution again with advantage.
Saving throw?
Yeah.
15.
Okay, yeah, you keep managing to fight off the illness, like you feel strengthened as your lungs are still searing, but yeah, you're keeping yourself together. As he pulls a lever, and just like when the vat first came down, you were a crocodile, the whole glass tube starts rising back up. As you know, eventually it reaches above the water. Another big hole pierces through. The couch is just sent flying out into the room. It like hits Justor on the shoulder and kind of knocks him over, but he manages to hold on. He just like smacks one more button as he falls over and hits the ground. He's like, "Oh, I'll be all right. Just 1 minute, please." And more water is flooding into the room. Sorry, he falls over, but he just actually flops underwater and then comes back up, gasping for air.
Justor, you can do it.
And you're just chilling. You're just like hanging out with your gems.
Oh, I assume it's like going.
Yeah, no, it's like just finishing. Like things are starting to light up. Things are whirring. As the glass chamber is finally just now reaching the roof and creating that like vacuum seal
Around me.
Yeah.
Then I bang in sympathy for him falling down on the glass.
Make me a intelligence check.
Oh god. 14.
Make it with advantage.
Like 22.
Okay. Yeah, so Justor like looks at you and he's like pointing at the different machines and being like, are they good? Like, did you do them right? With your 22, you're like, oh shit. Like when he told me to put that thing in the like the channeling the channeling slot, I definitely just fucking yeeted that gem into that. Like I definitely did not do this properly. That is what you know.
I just yeeted that gem there. I didn't.
He's like,
can I reach the gem or is it outside?
It's outside. You see the machine next to you on your right. Also, the water is no longer filling in here. It's just kind of like chest level, but you're in a sealed chamber now. So as the water's like almost at the ceiling out there, just
I point at the gem that's like visibly not in place.
It's just a box. You took the top off the box, threw the gem in, and shut it.
I still point.
Okay,
at the
just
box.
You like point the box.
You idiot! Check the box.
Okay, he like swims down. And is just coughing under the cold of it.
Is he not
like,
a fish person?
Gasping for breath. He's a fish person, but it's really, you know.
What kind of shitty fish person is he?
He's a doctor, man. He's a freaking nerd. He's a psychologist's doctor.
No real psychologist can't breathe air because they're smart. That's not.
Yeah, he's like kind of gasping under. He's not like suffocating or choking. He's just like the shock of the cold and being hit by a couch. He's like just struggling and like whatever, feeling. Yeah, I mean, he's basically just screwed. The whole room is now filled with water, by the way.
Okay, I misty step out and then I fix that and then I misty step back in. I expend 2 fucking second level spell slots to fix it.
Oh shit, okay. Do you do that? Do you leave your gems in there?
Do I leave it? I put it where it's supposed to be.
No,
like
your gems that you're holding. What do you do with them?
However, I leave them in if I'm immediately misty stepping back. Or if it's not hard to carry them, then I carry them.
It is hard to carry them.
Then I leave them and then I teleport back.
Okay. Yeah, make me you're underwater. You're suddenly completely submerged underwater after you misty step. You feel the sting on your face of this freezing Arctic chill water. So you like push to open your eyes and they're just burning and stinging. Make me a dex check to open it up, take the crystal where it needs to be and misty step back.
Fuck you, it's an 8, you bastard.
Okay, you're like fumbling, like your hands are freezing under this water. You're like kind of shocked by the make constitution with advantage.
I rolled a 3.
What'd you get?
I rolled a 3 twice, so that's a 5.
Shit. You go into shock and you start this coughing fit. Like this freezing water is filling your lungs. You feel yourself immediately like suffocating and like drowning on this water. The burn in your lungs that was before, it doesn't even compare to this, as like the freezing water is now completely filled all your windpipes. You like can't breathe, you can't talk, you can't even think, just over the pain that is around you. Take D8 of damage.
This is where I die. This is where I die, guys. Hey, if anybody in chat wants to help me out and just magically teleport me out of here, I have 7 HP. I think I'm gonna do well against the god that I'm about to go and kill. I have high hopes. I have high hopes. What,
oh wait, did you take your damage?
Yeah, I have 5. I have 7 HP.
I thought you were saying you have 7. Now I'm gonna roll. Ooh, what's gonna happen?
No. I now have 7. Sorry.
Okay, so yeah, you take that damage and they're suffocating, and Justor like deftly swims over like a Zora in Zelda.
I thought he couldn't fucking swim.
Pierces through the water, like his sharp nose point coming through as he like comes up next to you. He helps, like he grabs the gem out of your hand, lifts up the top, sticks it, like twists it into the place it needs to go, slams the top shut, goes over to you and just starts to like, she just like takes the top off a couple vials and just shoves them into your mouth, like glass and everything.
I take it.
Okay, you just like chew up the glass.
Chew up the glass.
Okay. Take a 1d4 of damage.
No, fuck you. No. Then I swallow it like a normal person.
You swallowed the whole glass vials?
No, I cap it off and I drink it.
You're underwater.
Yeah, that still works. That's still possible. You never drank anything underwater? You just uncommon.
Oh, you're saying you're like, okay, yeah. Sure. You suction. Give me a tongue dexterity.
Casual swim team thing.
Fine.
Why are you making it so hard for me?
You can do it. It's fine. You can drink the shit. Yeah, you regain 6 HP. 1d6 HP.
Oh, is that what that is? Oh.
And you're immediately recovered from your fit.
I'm rolling so shitty. It's a 1. 8 HP.
It's your turn as Justor now swims back over to the machinery.
As teleport. Misty step.
You misty step. As the entire room that you are in is torn asunder from the hallway. It is now like drifting, like the whole room starts to flip upside down. For you, you're just in this little chamber, but you just kind of like see as the entire room starts shifting. And like if you look out the door, you can just see the pitch black of the deep, deep, deep ocean that you're in of Gnostica. Its planet. And Justor has to like...
Oh, Subnautica, I forgot.
Justor grabs onto the panel as like there's a pressure slam of like water getting pulled out from the room. He's holding on, and then finally he smacks a button. Pink lights, the gems all suddenly start like vibrating, and then they glow this pink that like transcends their blue and completely overtakes it. As you're now suddenly like all the ones next to your body are glowing pink. All the machines start whirring and glowing of this bright pink. And then he just like looks up at you. You can see his bright purple eyes through his mask, and he gives you a wave, like a salute.
Salute back.
And then he pulls one last lever, and then just a blinding pink light explodes out from the gems. All the ones you're holding, you feel like this pressure of them like exploding, and they just like whatever. Suddenly you feel this pain for a moment, bright light, and then you kind of feel nothing. Hit us with some different music.
Gotta be more specific. You can't just.
Some surreal, some ethereal music.
That's not a genre we have. I hate you. Do I go with sad? That feels right.
Yeah.
Okay. What do I see?
Make me a series of 3 d20 rolls, no modifier.
Melancholy. 10, 9, 3. That feels right. This feels good.
Yeah, so suddenly just the flash and you don't feel anything. You like go to open your eyes, trying to like remember where you are, and they don't like open. Like you still just don't see anything. You don't feel your eyes opening. You just are like floating. It feels like kind of nothingness. You try to look around, but you don't even like the feeling of your head moving to look around doesn't even really exist. Like you're just feeling a phantom limb of all your body parts, but like you can't actually move or do anything. You feel like your senses are just passively being taken in by your surroundings. And you're just kind of floating there, and you don't know where you are. You don't know how you got here. You're basically just stuck in your mind, and all you can do is kind of think to yourself. Yeah, that's where you are, and you're floating. I'll give you a turn here, or 5, or 100, or till the end of your life. You don't feel the burn in your lungs. You don't feel any kind of searing pain. You don't feel ill anymore. Sickness is for sure gone.
So I can't see anything.
No, you can't even really. You don't have any of your senses. You can't feel anything. You can't hear anything. You can't. Everything just kind of feels like you kind of have phantom limbs for everything and all your senses. It's like you're in a dream and like nothing's quite actually there.
I'd like to locate. Fuck no, that's a second level spell. That's my one thing. I got basic. This is so lame. This fucking bullshit. Some bullshit. Some bullshit. Can I cast Misty Step? What happens when somebody Misty Steps? Where do they go in between that distance of teleportation?
I think in my headcanon they just disassemble in place and are reassembled in the new place.
In my headcanon, they are night crawlers sprinting through a different field, a different planet.
That might actually be what happens.
I looked it up, but it's pretty unclear because I was trying to.
You can cast Misty Step.
That's literally all I can do.
Yeah, you go through the motions of casting Misty Step, and you can't tell if you've moved or not. Like without any of your senses there, you're like Misty Step. Like you go through the motions, and you're like, "Am I somewhere else? Am I not? Did I move? Did I cast the spell?"
I use
Arcana. Arcana roll.
I rolled so many nat ones, and this is one of them.
Oh god. Yeah, perhaps you're feeling a little scared. I don't know exactly what's going through your character's head, but you have just no idea. Like your spells don't feel like they do anything. Your senses, you can't talk, you can't see, you can't hear, you don't even know if you're alive or if this is like the afterlife. Like you really are totally lost.
I use my last wild shape of the day and turn into a crocodile.
Potentially you do that. Maybe you're a crocodile now. Maybe the spell succeeded. You really can't tell. The familiar feeling of your shape, your body shifting and shaping is not there.
I cast Charm Person on myself to give the illusion of happiness and joy for one last moment.
Yeah, you go to cast this spell and it just doesn't work. Whatever the target it's going to, it just never reaches it.
Oh wait, why didn't I think of this before? Can I retcon all that? What was my accent? Sylvanus, you fucking asshole! Where are you?
Well, hey, little honey bun.
Oh my fuck! I take back all that.
All
shit.
you had to do was just give me a little ring, a little holler. I was having a little trouble finding you out here, and then you just hear this in your head, like when you're praying. Like you can't see it, you can't. It's not even in your ears. Like these words are just like as if they're being thought by your brain, kind of appear.
Where am I? Where are you? How do I kill you?
Well, I guess I should give you a little bit of my hospitality. You are in my home, the astral plane. I must say that's quite impressive of you to get here. Nobody's ever done it before, so I guess you're the first for a lot of things. You are even my first acolyte. First and last, it would appear, after how our interactions are going. But yeah, I mean, I must congratulate you. Clearly, I'm a pretty good choice of human or whatever you are.
I cast Charm Person on her.
Yeah, it does not work. You have no target for it. Don't know how to target her.
Shit.
So I guess maybe you're just gonna keep me company here for a long time, or
I would rather you kill me so I can return to my family who you also killed. Also, you should know that's not nature. That's not natural. What you're doing.
I'm the goddess of nature, honey. Who's you to tell me what nature is and isn't?
My mind shatters.
You were always so full of yourself. You thought you knew all the answers and you could go lead everybody else. And I mean, I like that because I'm like that too. But, you know, don't overstep your bounds, you dumb little bitch.
I shout. I don't know if anything can hear me, but I shout, gods of the astral plane, Sylvanas. I don't know what I'm gonna say.
No, lots of strays end up here. There's probably nobody who's gonna find you. I only got you because I was looking for you. So, you know, I thought I'd done the deal and got you done and killed, but no, it's just that Justor guy and everybody else in your little community. But, you know, don't worry, they're all off to where your family was, eternal nothingness.
Oh, that's wow. I didn't want to go here because I thought I was above it, but seeing as how I'm here, your voice is fucking stupid. Fuck you.
Well, give me a intimidation. What's your intention with that? Let's.
It's a full. It's like this lady's gonna torture me for all of eternity. I'm gonna get one last jab in before the pain starts. There is no real intent. There is no.
Okay.
I mean, if that happens by accident, great. I'll fucking take it. But that's not at all the intent.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a roll.
Just any roll. Should I be rolling with the one that's giving me like 20 nat ones in this? Oh, I thought that was a 1. It's a 7. What am I doing?
You have the audacity. I shared my voice with you, and you stupid little. You are the first ever living being on your dumbass realm.
For everybody else's sake, I hope it's the last. I'm the last person who hears your shitty fucking voice.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. And then as you guys are just shouting fuck you back and forth, suddenly just everything goes black and there's nothingness. You have saved yourself from an eternity of torture for an eternity of nothing, of death. Thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for coming out to this really heartwarming, awesome campaign about an ill man achieving great things.
Man, I'm gonna have to sit down and think for a while about well, everything. Beautiful. James, sorry, you go ahead.
Thanks for coming, everybody. You can definitely do our send-off, but just a quick note, a quick beg, our shill. If you want to engage in the game, control, make random crap happen while we're playing. I mean, clearly we do that as well on our own, but it would be great to have your input
It's
too.
all so well planned out.
Yeah, to have your wrenches thrown into it. Yeah, just go ahead and follow and shoot a message. It'll be super appreciated. We stream every week this time. We actually usually go even an extra hour or two longer. So that is, Tuesdays starting at 5:30 CST and running into the night. Come join us. On Saturdays, we do AI Dungeon, which is super cool. We have a third party member who's a really stupid computer. And those are fun. What time?
This is the brilliant stuff, the beautiful writing we just came up with today.
So yeah, definitely drop a follow and check us out there, YouTube or Twitch. We love you all equally. Thanks for watching. And next week, Sergio will be DMing. And we have guests sometimes. Guys, people.
All that are true facts. Yep. We appreciate you. Thank you very much for coming. Bye, everybody.
See everyone. Have a great day. Have a great life. That's what you say, right?
Yeah, I've given up on that. It's fine. I'm tired.
Don't have
I'll,
a good.
I'll do it
Fuck
again.
you. Piece of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Why would you watch our stream? Just kidding.